Hey everyone, welcome to your 1010 Fates Wheel Portal reading. So 1010 is opening up this portal this year, and especially between 10:10 a.m. up to 10:10 p.m. in your time zone, it's going to be opening up this awareness in your life. And I love this reading that's coming forward because it's all about this Wheel of Fortune. You know, this is the number 10 in the major arcana, which this is the Wheel of Fate, which basically has a message that before you came down here, your higher self, your soul chose you first as an avatar to represent it and experience this life through. And it chose when you were going to be born and when you were going to be leaving and withdrawing back to the spirit realm, and all these fated events that it wanted to experience life through. But within each of those fated events, we still have the power to choose what story we want to apply to the situation and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. So even though these fated events are out of our control as the human avatar, because they're already preordained to come into our lives, we still get to choose the impact that it has on us mentally with the story that we apply to it and emotionally as we go through it. So there is this empowerment that comes and that takes us out of this kind of world of that we're on this out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode, in a gorge. And it shows that our life is much more intricately planned out than we had ever thought. It's more like a monorail train, like at Disney World, where it has all these exact stops. The train is attached to the track, so it's not going to go flying off. And it all is this perfectly planned ride that we're on. So there is that power that comes in here, that we're not as out of control as we think we are, and that we do have that power of choice. And I know when they first told me the story around this, when Spirit presented that to me, I was like, I don't think I'm making a choice. It doesn't feel like it anyway. And they showed that, how this all unfolds with all our stories and our emotions that we feel through situations is that all humans, when we were younger, as children, are given these popular opinions on what something is supposed to mean when it happens and how we're supposed to feel as we go through it. And we take on those stories, those opinions, those emotions as our own until it becomes our story. It becomes our habit to feel that way and to think that that thing means that way. And eventually it becomes so ingrained over and over and over again, it becomes our reaction where it doesn't feel like we're making a decision because it happens so quick. But the beauty of all this message that's coming in around these fated events is that we still get to choose what emotion we feel and what story that we want to apply to it. And because it's a habit, we can just put a little effort into it to change our habit on what story we want to put around things, what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. So that is the story of the Wheel of Fortune for this 1010 portal. And we're going to be asking just where in my life can I use awareness around my stories and my emotions? And that's what we're going to look at by each individual zodiac sign. We're going to jump into yours right now. All right, Virgos, this is your 1010 portal reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Seeker Oracle. All the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you want to have them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. All right, so let's take a look here. What area of your life does Creator and Spirit want you to know about your story, about your emotions? One more time. All right, so for all our Virgos, what would you like them to know? What would you like them to know? What area of their life? Okay, there we go. And you have Stand Up and Fight. So it's a beautiful card there. And let's take a look here and we will see what they want you to know about here. And it says, sometimes we experience moments when we see a situation as being unfair, when we feel dismissed, unheard, disrespected, or oppressed. It is essential that we all learn to recognize injustice and speak out against it. If this is the case in your present, then it's time for you to stand up and be more assertive. It's time to fight. Speak up, demand a just and equitable outcome. There are also times when we fight for the wrong reasons. We find ourselves triggered by an opinion or an action, reacting first and thinking second. We overreact and see personal attack or disrespect where none exists. We all have triggers, and sometimes those triggers will be with us for our entire lives. But if we learn what our triggers are and are more mindful of how they make us behave, they can have less influence. Sometimes we have to make a conscious effort to dull our blades instead of sharpening them. Learn to recognize your triggers. What sort of treatment or language makes you feel afraid, angry, and reactive? There are also circumstances when the best way to fight is by doing nothing. Be careful not to waste your time and energy fighting a battle that will not bring the change you need or serves only to make an attacker feel more empowered. Instead, bide your time. Remember that you own your feelings, right? This is what we're asking for. Remember that you own your feelings, nor do you require anyone's validation. So this is beautiful because this is talking about the awareness this portal brings is around the stories that you put around other people's actions. That's where triggers come from. Somewhere in our lives, something happened and we were told this is what it means. It's a popular opinion, or we saw other people go through things and people were saying things about them. Whatever happened, this trigger is telling us that someone's action out there means something about me in here. And that's the story. That's the emotion that's triggered from that story that's out there. So let's take a look and see what else they want you to know. We're going to use the wisdom of the Tao here, and let's see what else they would like to bring around these triggers. All right, so for all our Virgos, what else would you like them to know about these triggers, please? What else about these triggers? All right, they do want this one right here. And we've got karma. What goes around comes around, right? And this is the Yu-Fei and Wei-Fei. I probably murdered the pronunciation of those. The cycles of birth and death, action and reaction comprise our universe. Your situation arose from past karmic connections. The opportunity to create good karma is now. All past life influences are working toward a final balance. Accept what is. Wow. So I love this because it does help us understand when we're like, why are they doing that to me? If we, in our minds, kind of flip it around and go, oh, they're doing this to me now because I did that to them before in some way, either this lifetime or another in some way. It may not be the exact way. I know sometimes we'll see, everyone is a mirror. We'll see them doing something like, even like when we have world leaders out there that are authoritarian governments, right? And we're like, wow, I can't believe they're acting that way. They shouldn't act that way. They should be acting the way I want them to act. In fact, everyone in the world should be acting the way, I'm acting like an authoritarian dictator. It's like, that's why I have such strong triggers for them, because they're reminding me of something I don't like that in myself that's happening underneath the surface. I may not be conscious of it until I investigate it, right? So let's see what else they have to say here. The cycle of cause and effect, known as karma, is the natural way of the universe and an eternal judgment of your actions. There is no justice or punishment or sentence. It just is. It's not really so much, judgment is such a harsh word for us these days. It's more a awareness around an action, not so much a judgment. What you are experiencing is a glimpse of karma. Karma is usually witnessed through a particular relationship, and it is especially complicated in a love relationship. Ain't that the truth? Karma is multidimensional and not for us to judge as good or bad. When an action is initiated, there is always a reaction to it. Something else then responds to the initial result, and a chain reaction is set forth. Something that brings positive results today may lead to disaster in the future. Today's wealth and comfort may breed future incompetence. Yet tomorrow's disaster may lead to critical lessons learned, paving the way for future stardom. A rise to stardom to lead to complacency and an inevitable fall from grace. So the cycles of karma are forever. It follows its own time and its own pace. So when contemplating cause and effect, it's important to understand that effect of what happens to you is half of the system. Cause, or the decision you make, constitutes the other half. With karma, no one can be 100% victim nor 100% aggressor, right? And that's that wonderful mirror that we're able to see. Actions of the past cannot be changed. Effect will happen. But effect of the future is influenced by the decision of today. We're always given a second chance, and it's important than ever to exhibit kindness. In the complex cyclical web of chain reactions, we do have a chance every day to make the right decision and create desired chain reactions for the future. Forgive others and conclude the cycles of hate and vengeance. Repay your debt, redeem the wrong, and alter unwanted cycles. Love others, and a beautiful new chain reaction will be in motion. You just can't make this up. These cards are so perfect for one another. One of the things that Spirit told me too, when I was confused around karma, I was like, it feels like punishment, and that doesn't feel like unconditional love. And they're like, yeah, that's more the human kind of tint that it puts on it, because it is in fear. It's all taught about praise and punishment. But they said, look at it more that your soul, your higher self, when it experiences things like, let's say it was a slave owner back in, the early days of, the United States, and it experienced being in that side of that kind of relationship with individuals, right? So next lifetime, he comes back as, being on the other end of it. And it's not because it's punishment, like, oh, you were this, now you have to be that. It's like, it's the curiosity of our higher selves. They want to know every, intricacy, because we're explorers. We are wanting to understand things. We're scientists and investigators, all of that stuff. We're so curious, and so we'll want to be, come back as a spouse to a slave owner, or a spouse to someone who's, a slave, or we'll have all these different viewpoints and perspectives we want. And so it's more of a adventure that we're looking at doing, not a punishment. So hopefully that helps as well. We are going to look at these Archangel Power Tarot cards for additional information here. Let's see what else they want you to know. But this is beautiful. This is so freeing, because you're understanding the triggers, and you're kind of diffusing the triggers on this emotional bomb that's inside you, right? All right. So, okay, for our Virgos, what else would you like them to know? Let's put that over here. I want that one too. What else? Okay, they do want this one and this one. None of the, okay, and this one. So let's take a look here, and then we'll use the Everyday Tarot here for clarification on one area that it brings up. Let's see what comes up here. We'll start with this one over here. You got the Queen of Michael, and this is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a beautiful card to get because swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, it's all the mentalness, which Virgo, you guys know you have. You are ruled by Mercury, which gets you in your head, gets you inquisitive. You love figuring out things. So definitely you relate to that, wanting knowledge, and learning more, right? But she also has a beautiful balance because all the queens, in addition to ruling over their own element, which is air, all of them are given a portion of water. So she's half air, half water. And that allows her to be this balance between heart and mind, because she knows when you make decisions strictly out of logic in the mind, not going to be very emotional and very fulfilling. But also, if you make decisions only from the emotions, it's not going to fare well either. So she has this wonderful balance between the heart and mind that's going on as you're looking into these situations here. Let's see what else we have here. You have the Leap of Faith, which is the Fool card. So you are ready. Old cycle ending, new cycle beginning. In the cycle of karma, you're ready to break the cycle. You don't want it to continue looping and looping and looping. You're ready to make that choice of love like it talked about, and you're ready to change that impact that echoes the ripples that happen and go forward. You're ready to share this love karma instead. And then you have the Knight of Michael. So you have the Knight of Swords. All the knights have a quest. The Knight of Swords, of course, is in search of the Ace of Swords that he has in his hand here, which is, of course, what the Queen also has. And so I love that you have the Queen of Swords here, which means that in your quest for higher truths, capital T truths that are related to unconditional love, rather than searching after the small t truths that are rooted to the fear of losing conditional love of the human side. Oops, sorry if I hit my microphone there. And so you are on this search, you are on this adventure for knowledge. It's just, again, reaffirming what we've been talking about here. Oh my gosh. And if you had any doubt, you have the King of Swords here. So definitely, you've got the 3 royalty. The only one you're missing is the page. So you've got the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So you're definitely on this understanding of where your triggers are. You're doing this investigation into your thoughts and your stories around things, because that is where our stories occur. Our power of choice is in each moment. We have that choice of what story we're going to apply to a situation. So it's like the karma thing, until the spirit told me that side of it, I felt like it was this fearful thing. Oh no, karma. Oh, be careful, karma, right? But when it was like, oh, it's this search, it's this adventure, this explorer, then I hear karma, and now I look at it completely different. It's not a judgmental thing. It's a adventure, instead of a punishment feel to it. So you really are on this inner journey for your mentalness here, for understanding why you think the way you do, why you have the triggers you do, why you have certain stories, and you're questioning them with this 1010 portal. So it's beautiful. And then you have 13, which is, I believe, is this the death? And I think this is the death card. Yeah, releasing the past. There is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So you are definitely looking for the peaceful side of things going on here. And so I do love that this card is coming in here. I don't think that's the death card. Yes, this is the death and rebirth card. So that is the ending and the new beginning coming in here, this ending of cycles, moving into the new way of looking at life. And it is this significant ending and a new beginning. You've got these 2 major arcana, and then you've got 3 royalty. So you definitely, this is a life-changing event with this 1010 portal coming in. Is transformational in how you're looking at things, because you are going to be like dismantling triggers, just like a crazy bomb de-escalator, whatever they're called, that they go in there and they dismantle bombs. You're just like boom, 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 boom. And you're just like so happy that you don't have so many explosions going on in your life. So I absolutely love this for you, all you Virgos. Or wait a minute, before we end the video, I got totally distracted on this death card here that I totally didn't pull your extra cards here to see what else they wanted you to know here. So let me give these a shuffle and let's see what else they want to add in. All right. And I kind of just feel like they just want some cards around these royalty, around these thoughts and these triggers. What else would you like the Virgos to know about these thoughts and these beliefs? Okay, they do want that one. What else? Okay, and that one. What else? Okay, they want that one right there. So let's take a look here and see what else they wanted you to know. So you have the 10 of Cups, so emotional fulfillment, just overflowing, filling up and overflowing. So this is about this love that you are choosing, this new karma of love. It's almost like they're telling you, this is what's at the end of this. If you choose love, then you fill up and you overflow out to everyone else. And it just creates this beautiful rainbow of emotional fulfillment. It's like all these are Ace of Cups, which are this beautiful unconditional love from the heavens, and it's just filling your life with it. And it's almost like this, the rainbow after a storm as well. And then you have the Knight of Wands. So this is in pursuit of your passion, your inspiration, just getting your energy, because the Knight, like you have the Knight here, they're in pursuit of this higher energy and of how you're wielding it. Because once you take the wand into your own hands, once you take this power and realize my emotional choice is going to reverberate out, and echo out and ripple out, you are in pursuit of taking this power back, where you are holding it for yourself instead of feeling like you're at the whim of what's going on around you and what other people are doing, right? Because we were talking before how, it's like, well, I'm triggered by their actions. It's like, well, actually, there's something going on inside of you that triggers because what of it thinks it's seen on the outside world, right? So this is about you getting your power back. Yeah. And then you have the peace of mind. So beautiful. You have all the swords here. You have another swords with the 4 of swords. This is you're leaving behind all the expectations of the outside world, and you're sleeping peaceably on that Ace of Swords. So this does bring you some rest. If you had nightmares or weird dreams and keeping you up at night with everything that was going on, going through this experience does bring you such wonderful bliss of emotion and peace of mind as well. So your stories become those connected to the capital teachers of the higher realm, and the emotional choices that you make end up being these that are full of unconditional love. So I love that ending for you there. So I'm sorry I almost forgot, but they were like, no, don't stop yet. So I'm going to insert this in the middle, and then we'll move on to the closing of this reading now. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get a notification as soon as they are available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, also, clicking the subscribe button will give you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, there's an all option. If you click on there, then you'll be notified of any new videos that do come out on my channel. Doing those things also helps spread the Zen love, and it also helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, or subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited. It does want to share the videos of my channel automatically with other people. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am so very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded personal readings actually have a sliding scale on them, which means you can choose among 3 different prices for a particular reading. So you can choose one that's in more alignment with your budget, and that offers a little bit more flexibility there for you. So if you're interested in any of that, all that's in the description box below. All right, Virgos, as you step through this 1010 portal, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.